And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report here on a Wednesday, a rare afternoon edition of the Sports Report. Barnes and Tony back in the saddle once again. What's going on, brother?
Not much, dude. Definitely happy to be here. It is a little odd at this time slot.
I think first ever, honestly. I think first ever a 120.
120.
Even in the 1 o'clock hour, I would say.
No,
Nothing
literally.
in the 1 o'clock hour ever. I really don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like we can confidently say that. Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
we had a
dude.
high noon,
Definitely high noon.
but not 120.
120,
especially.
dude. Definitely not, dude. But happy to be here. Mets with a win last night. Excited to talk about that. Happy? I mean, not necessarily, I guess. But in any case, dude, stop being so facetious over there. Give us the full breakdown. Josh B. yesterday. Come on, dude.
Legendary Shuttle Meadow and the day. I mean, the day was gorgeous, first of all.
The day?
But the day also got started really, really early. Josh B., I would say, was at my house at, I think it was 5:48, I want to say.
Gosh, dude.
Something like that. So very early. And it was funny too. I was kind of, because I always like doing like this when you have to get up really early, kind of just like making like the window really tight so you get the most amount of sleep, which is what I did. My alarm starts for 5:30, and then he's there. I would say maybe it was 5:43. So obviously it's like a quick go. The coffee, the homemade cold brew, had that in hand. Josh B in the driveway. Couple darts while he's waiting.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
I know you love that, Tony. You always get around.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, nice, easy ride to Berlin. No traffic or anything. So we get there just after 7, and it was kind of ironic, because we've been talking about this for a while. Oh, we're gonna get there real early, 2 hours before it starts. But the driving range is open. That's what it says. 7 o'clock driving range open. Get there, driving range closed. But they did have the putting green open, and we were doing that, shipping, the breakfast, so they had some pastries and stuff. So had that, got the day started with a was it a mimosa?
Very nice. Dude. Didn't even remember,
yeah, no, it was
dude.
definitely a mimosa. So I had that with breakfast, and then my dad was with us with his our neighbor actually in Rhode Island, Rich. So the four of us had a great time. When we got started, definitely was, just a little choppy start, not an easy course.
Right.
Definitely not an easy course.
Shuttle Meadow.
So I think when I was commenting, I was saying, oh yeah, we're 1 over through 3. We had just made a birdie. And we ended up finishing 2 under par. And it was one of those things where, you were there last year, dude. That's where it was. Remember?
This is the same course.
Same course. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Wow, look at that, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, great course. As the tournament went on, we really turned it on. Everybody contributing, which was great. And it was a shame we were just short. Like Josh B got screwed over, had on the par 3 at the end, the closest to the pin. He had it at 5.9, and I don't know, somebody got it inside of there. After we had went, there was only a couple groups left.
That's tough.
So what are you gonna do? Me with the long drive, to hit it pretty well. But I don't know, it was probably maybe 10 yards short of whoever had the long drive. I think I had only hit it, maybe 260. So someone hit it 270, whatever you want to call it. So just missing on those, but yeah, the 2 under, so solid to get that. And then, they were very, they had the car curl going around, some stations as well.
Pizza?
No pizza. Yeah. So no lunch this time. It was just everything after, but great spread after.
Yeah.
But nothing on the course. So, but yeah, it was a kind of a mix between, for me anyway, Josh kind of stuck with the Trulies, but I actually had the espresso martinis were insane. Josh like heard somebody recommend that, so he got it for me. So I had a couple of those, a couple Trulies, couple high noons, couple Surfsides with the mimosa in the morning. So kind of all over the place.
Wow.
But you know what was nice too? It was definitely dialed back from when we went last year. Like it wasn't like, oh, you know, Lysol through the window type of thing. So at least that was good. I had a great time, and my cousin was there because he works for the company that hosts the tournament. So great catching up with him. And the dinner was great, honestly. Caesar salad, penny vodka, steak, and then the full appetizers. The clam casino, the dumplings, shrimp. I mean, just really, really first class, honestly. So it was awesome. So that was really the day. Great having Josh there. Our first time, it was, I think, our third or fourth time playing golf together. But it was the first time, I want to say fourth, actually, but I could be wrong. But it was our first time being in the cart together. So that was
there we go.
A good time for sure. And couldn't have asked for a better day. So it was awesome. And yes, the pigs in the blanket, Josh. That's what it was.
Nice.
Those were so good. And then the on the way back, same type of thing. Maybe hour 10, whatever. Wasn't much traffic. Obviously, he had like a 2-hour ride back after we got to my house because from that point on. But then it was great for me. After that, just went home, showered, relaxed, watched the Yankee game, which we'll get to. Obviously, the Yankees clinching their 60th appearance in the postseason in franchise history. An exciting come from behind victory. Jose Caballero, the hero. So really, start to finish, starting very early, was as good of a day as we could have hoped for. So that was great. The golf tournaments, you really can't beat them. Honestly, there's just nothing like it. I mean, especially they go first class, and even this time, no pizza truck, everything's okay. You know what I mean? Like it was still like you still had a lot. The drinks, obviously,
the drinks, crazy. Of course, the food, of course. I remember that as well being good, and obviously the course in general is really beautiful.
Fast greens. Oh my god, so fast, crazy fast. So great day.
Hell yeah, dude.
And here we are. And I do see we do have a bunch of comments.
Yes, we do. We have a lot of comments. Start with Matthew Ryan says, "Wow, you are late." Yes, obviously the late start, the afternoon, early shoot, had to move sports board. Thank you for dealing with that, Matthew. Donna Lee dealing with it says, "Good afternoon, everyone." Good afternoon, Donna.
Good afternoon, Donna.
Then Matthew Ryan says, "Fuck the Mets. Mets suck. No playoffs. Hasn't been decided. Don't even worry. Game ahead. Doesn't even matter now." Josh B says, "Yo, what up, fam? What a day yesterday," he says, and he confirms definitely a mimosa.
Yes.
And then he says, "Steady Eddie."
Yes, because he was talking about my dad off the tee. Never like like, you know what I mean? Always right in the fairway, basically. Just right. Like, so we were having fun with that because my dad, we had somebody on our baseball team when I was younger, and he used to call him Steady Eddie Ellis. So it just kind of goes back. He always loves just what a phrase that he's always liked. So we were just kind of having a good time.
The lefty, he says, is your dad's lefty? No,
but he drove lefty on the long drive hole. Ball went in the rough. It was kind of close to mine, but it was almost eligible for the long drive. But
interesting.
Piped it. So,
wow.
I guess a little extra power, natural lefty, that type of thing.
There we go. And then let's see. Donna Lee says I guess you can go back to Matthew Ryan. Yankees clinched, the real team in New York. He says that was great. Donna says Josh chomping at the bit to play.
Yes, absolutely. I can attest. To
and then she says that they sell, I don't know who they are, but espresso martinis already made that are good. I guess maybe just in general.
What about
Velvet Llama?
The smooth wave.
Ride the wave, dude. And then Josh B. Ride home was rough. Donna says, "We are just glad you made it home safe, Josh." Ditto there, Donna. And then we're all caught up in the comments.
There we go. So it definitely a great day and definitely so much to discuss. That's for sure. So if we want to just jump right into it, the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So today's MLB segment is brought to you by Velvet Llama, premium canned cocktails crafted by NYC bartenders with a playful spirit. Enjoy their award-winning espresso martini with Italian espresso and chocolate notes, the crisp mascot mule with Nigerian ginger, or the spicy margarita with organic agave and jalapeno. These ready-to-drink treats are made with the finest ingredients. Grab yours at velvetllama.com and ride the smooth wave with Velvet Llama.
There it is.
So there you go, Donna. If you're looking for a drink tonight, I mean, I would highly recommend the Velvet Llama. That's for sure. And did we get one more that trickled in, or was that something we already saw coming?
Looks like
there we go. Can't wait for the next round.
The next round.
Yeah. So let's get the golf tournament, our own golf tournament. We should make our own golf tournament. That'd be great.
Sick. Where would you want it?
Where would I want it? I mean, I would honestly have it anywhere, of course.
The politician.
But honestly, Toshua.
Toshua, yeah.
Yes, dude. Josh would get riled for Toshua.
Joshua at the Toshua?
Joshua at the Toshua. Yes,
nice.
Exactly. But of course, we got to start with the Yankees, like I said, clinching a playoff berth last night. The walk-off win 3-2 over the Chicago White Sox. And yes, wasn't easy sledding. Not a lot of offense, especially early. But they did reap the benefits. I know that was a phrase we were using before the show started, Tony.
Yep.
Of a Luis Gil quality start. So 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. That ERA sitting at 3.29 for the season and through 89 pitches. And it is interesting with Gil because he's in a battle with Cam Schlittler for the 3rd spot in the playoff rotation. And obviously at this point, we don't know whether we will have a bye or we'll be in the wild card series. But if it is the wild card series, potentially being that guy that has to start for the Yankees with the season on the line. And Schlittler overall has pitched well, has had a couple choppy starts of recent. And there was only 2 walks for Gil in this one, but some concerning signs, even though those numbers are good. And overall, he's pitched great for us this year. The command always seems to be a question. A lot of times, falling behind in counts, walking batters, like I said, 2 walk batters is not a problem, but also velocity down. I think he was hitting 97, 98. Some fastballs last night were 92. So you think about, well, one of them would have to pitch in the bullpen. And it's like, we know that Schlittler has better control. So then you think like, does it make sense for Gil to be the starter, Schlittler out of the bullpen, which I guess I would lean to. And obviously, if you think about it, you really have that combination because, obviously at any point you could go to Schlittler, and he can give you, multiple innings, of course, being a starter. But that's something to keep an eye out for, and we'll see how he pitches in his next start. So we'll see what happens.
Who do you want like right now? And you kind of said you're leaning towards
yeah, just because you can't have Gil come in and walk the park. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know, yes, he can't do that. Like, look, he's Luis Severino in the 2017 wildcard game either. I understand that. But I think that does make sense. And obviously he's got the experience edge, not much, but he did start a game in the World Series last year. So something to consider. It was great to see the bullpen buttoned up last night. They combined for 3 scoreless innings between Fernando Cruz, Tim Hill, and Luke Weaver. You look at the numbers there. Cruz, 1 inning, 1 hit. Tim Hill getting 2 outs, but giving up a hit and getting a strikeout. And then Luke Weaver, an inning and a third, a hit and a strikeout. So good to see Luke settle down. He's had a little rough go of it in the second half, coming off the injury, all of that. But, still feels like one of the most trusted arms in that bullpen, besides a bloated, for him, 3.73 ERA, did pick up his 4th win. But how did we get there offensively? Well, Austin Wells got things going in the second inning, a double scoring Jazz Chisholm. So that made it 1-0. He's been swinging a little better bat But the one mistake that Luis Gil makes, hangs a change kind of over the middle of the play, a little in to Colin Montgomery, an absolute tank shot. It says 428 on here. I swear it looked like it was like almost 500 feet. I mean, that thing was way back and past where the 200 level at Yankee Stadium overhangs the 100 level.
Oh, wow.
That little alleyway there.
Yeah.
So it was a shot. So that made it 2-1 White Sox. So, it was obviously disappointing. But the Yankees had chances from that point and actually were unable to capitalize, until the 9th inning. But, if you look at, so what, that was the volume. I don't know how that happens, but anyway, that's
really, you don't know how that happens.
That's what happens when you crack your laptop, right? Anyway, so Chisholm had a leadoff single, in the 6th, but was picked off. That's kind of tough because obviously, you need to be careful. Those things you need to be buttoned up on. But Jazz Chisholm, one of the best base stealers in the majors. So, you want him to take advantage of that speed, but unfortunately, it doesn't work out there. So nothing across that inning. And then, 7th inning, you had a 1-out walk from Grisham, Judge double play. So nothing going there.
There's nothing.
8th inning, again, another opportunity, but
Nothing.
as Ben Rice had a 1-out single, they pinch run Caballero. And before Giancarlo Stanton flies up to left, and he just missed hitting a home run, sent one to the wall just underneath it, but Caballero was running, had to retreat back, so couldn't tag up the second, and that unfortunately cost him from scoring because Jazz would single, but the way the ball hit the right field wall, it was easy carom, so he didn't want to get thrown out at home, so he only advances to third, and then Ahmad Rosario coming into this game, he's been pretty good for us, but he did not have good at-bats in this game. Strikes out looking, and it was the antithesis, Tony, of what I harp on all the time, the guessing, and Paul O'Neill was just talking about how, you don't expect to see a fastball in that situation down in the count. But I don't know, Tony. I know I'm beating a dead horse, and we've talked about this many times, but it's like, is it just me or approaching a bat like that? When you're down in the count and you're just sitting on off speed and you don't get it, that you're just not going to swing. I don't know. Could you make that make sense for me?
Like that, he's still sitting.
He's sitting off speed. Oh, it's a fastball, so I'm not going to swing.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Right. It seems like idiotic. It's not just him. Everybody does it.
Right.
It's just like, what are we doing? Do you see that with the Mets? Is there a lot of that or no?
Yeah, I guess at times there are. The stubbornness to just you're trying to sit off speed and you're getting thrown fastballs. It's just it's almost like what you always say. It's just like that guessing game is never going to work out. Right. It just seems like whenever that happens, it's like that pitcher almost always is going to be a step ahead of you and throw what you're not sitting, right. It doesn't make any sense, dude.
Again, being the dead horse, but just, I feel like you should have a different approach with 2 strikes, like Cody Bellinger. You want to sit pitches early in the count, fine.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, you're just going to go down looking. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem like you're putting your best foot forward when that happens. And by the way, too, Luke Weaver in the top of the 9th did go up a leadoff double, and I like the resilience he showed, striking out Sosa and then getting Robertson and Fletcher out. So working around, runner on second, nobody out, because that would have been detrimental. Being down another run at that point. So kind of interesting. So Isert comes in to pitch the 9th. They go Michael Taylor in center. We'll get back to him in a second. And Anthony Volpe leadoff single. So Volpe, since the cortisone shot, has had some good results. Obviously, we know how most of us, feel about Volpe and, Caballero seeming like the better player, but, he has been hitting and he hasn't made any errors recently. Obviously still making 20 for the season, whatever it is, but he gets the rally started with a leadoff single. Austin Wells right behind him, singles. So you got first and second, nobody out, Trent Grisham up, and we've seen all year, and they were showing before his bat all the big home runs he's had this year late in the game. So you're expecting something big. And he hits the ball well, but he jumps on the first pitch and hits it right to the second baseman. So fortunately, Volpe is at least able to advance to third. But you get 2 outs there. I thought it was just me.
I thought it was you, dude. Stupid fucking.
So you got runner on third, 2 outs, Judge up. So of course, for the White Sox, no reason for them to pitch to Judge because you could just walk him and then go out to the next batter, which was Cody Bellinger. But the thing is, on a 3-2 pitch, Bellinger walks, but it's bounced in the dirt. Anthony Volpe scampering home. Okay, so that ties the game at 2. Obviously, everybody going nuts. Jose Caballero up. He had come in, as a pinch runner earlier in the game. And they make a pitching change to go with Wilson. And how about this, Tony? Not a 1, not a 2, not a 3, but a 9 pitch at bat for Caballero, who I want to get to in a second. But he loops a single into center field. It seemed like Michael Taylor was playing pretty deep on that play. And I think Michael K had mentioned it was either him or Jack Curry or Bob Lorenz on the postgame, but just saying as he got close to the ball, he doesn't even dive. He just lets it fall in front of him, which obviously works for us. But it seemed like I don't know. I thought he was going to catch it, to be honest. But if it drops in, Judge scores, Caballero, the ice bath, and after the game, Aaron Boone with the speech giving Caballero the championship belt. And it was his first career walk-off hit. So it created a very exciting scene at Yankee Stadium. And, just all the ups and the downs of this season. You have to think that this feels so good for these players because they had to hear the noise, hear all the people doubting them, to clinch a playoff spot. Also, you get help with Boston beating Toronto. You're 1 game back, so you're still in the division despite being 7 games back at one point. Sure, you still have to make up 2 games in 5, but you have a pretty good opportunity. You got Garrett Crochet pitching against Max Scherzer tonight. So if you win, they lose. You got your ace and Fried on the hill. You're going to be tied, and then you're going to have to make up 1 game with 4 remaining. So very much comes into play, and you would get the number 1 seed in the American League. So it's just wild. Completely flipping the script. The 20-31 stretch. I was listening to Michael K on the way in. And to have the best record in baseball since August 11th, I think he said, geez, what was it? 27-12. I think he said. It's just been quite the turnaround, and I feel like Caballero has been at the center of it. I think Caballero, and listen, is he gonna hit even 250? Maybe not. But he leads the majors in stolen bases. He plays premier defense, and he plays all the infield positions except first, all the outfield positions, and he's an elite weapon, a pinch runner off the bench. I think he has an opportunity to be maybe Brian Cashman's one of his best trades he's ever made, honestly, because you didn't give up anything. Everson Pereira,
right?
He was a quad A player. He's been in the minors a while, not producing. And to bring in Caballero, it really is a weapon. And it really makes me think too. Even though, yes, I would prefer to I would prefer to start him. Do you think the notion makes sense though, that it's just he's more valuable that he can come in as a substitution, a pinch runner in a tight game that you could just steal a bag rather than having him be in the game already? Because then you control when he's into that situation, he gets on base. Because the question is he going to get on base? Because he doesn't always hit so well. But do you think that's the best move for them? Or what do you think?
Honestly, yeah, dude. I do. Listen, him off the bench is working, so why mess with it?
Right.
Because again, I don't know, coming off the bench like that in big spots and then answering the bell there is such an odd thing, to consistently do, dude. And
not a lot of people can do it.
Most people can't do it actually. And the fact that he is doing it in big spots for the Yankees at a time like this, it's what, don't touch it, don't mess with it. He has something good going right now, keep it there.
Yeah.
And we have Matthew Ryan calling in. Do you want to take Matthew Ryan's call?
We can give him 60 seconds. And before you patch him in, I just wanted to say too, Light hitter with Tampa, 226, but 37 games played with the Yankees, hitting 284 with an 866 OPS. So has taken his offense to a next level, which is obviously great. So, kudos to Cashman on finding that. Possibly a diamond in the rough here, leading the majors, 48 steals. Matthew Ryan, go.
Sorry, he wasn't. There it is. Now Matthew Ryan, go.
How do we feel that we clinched, Brian? Yeah.
Let's fucking go, man. Let's go. And I was gonna mention this, but I'll just mention it with you now. It really, I really took, obviously I'm always gonna be excited to clinch, but it just made me think of throughout this season, like the audacity of all these other fellow Yankee fans calling me crazy, saying that the season's not over, all this stuff, like just giving me like the third degree. And here we are. We're finishing strong. We're playing our best baseball when it counts. This just shows. And listen, the job is nowhere near done, Matthew. But this is why you can never count out the Yankees. That's all I would say.
The real team of the AL East is coming up. The real team of New York clinched. Yeah, the real team of New York clinched.
But it's just, I don't know. It's what I love though too, Matthew, is we had that tough stretch. We went 7-5, and then all these series, we're just winning series. We're taking advantage of what we're doing. Plus all the questions, bullpen, defense, base running. I mean, all of that we're doing better. I mean, you could see watching this team, night in and night out. They're just an improved version of themselves. And I think Caballero is a huge reason why, and not only for him walking off the game last night, but just, I don't know. I just think he has provided a spark and a dimension to this team that we didn't have before. And maybe we haven't had ever, I mean, it's something.
It just feels so good that, like, out of all the other teams in the league, the teams that are struggling, we're able to right the ship, unlike some of the other junior B League teams that we know of, but we're not mentioning their names. The junior B League teams, the Yankees were able to right the ship, right it completely, and just shows how much more talented we are than some of the junior B League teams. Okay,
and I just think it's just nice too, like where I can't even really like recall a time like this in recent years. And again, like there's so much to do, but what I was just gonna say, Matthew, is that usually it's a tailspin the final week of the season. I remember Tyler Wade basically tagging up on an infield fly to get into the playoffs, winning a game 1-0 at one point. Usually we're in a tailspin. I remember, barely getting those 82 wins a couple years ago against the Texas Rangers. But to be playing our best baseball, I love that. And I love that the guys are jacked up.
It just feels so good just to know that we're so much more talented than these subpar teams. And I'm not just saying from the American League. I'm saying from the National League, too. We're more talented than as a wild card. Look at the 3 wild card teams in the American League. Look at the 3 wild card teams in the National League. We're so much more talented than both the 3rd wild card teams in the American League. We're the most talented
we are.
team.
We are.
And I am throwing shade at the Mets here too. I don't care.
What a surprise. But also, I think this should just be a careful reminder too, because all the times, again, fellow Yankee fans, like, singing the blues, all this stuff. You look around the league, every single team, even the Milwaukee Brewers, who for everybody walks on water, everyone forgets that we kicked their ass the first series of the year. They were terrible in April. Every team, the Dodgers, the mighty Dodgers, who are never going to lose a game, are probably going to play in the wild card series and couldn't possibly not even win the division. So every team has went through it. The fucking Detroit Tigers, and I know John Pollock's having a tough time, blew a 15-game lead, 15.5-game lead. So it's like for all the it's all over for the Yankees. I think going forward, that should be a lesson that every team goes through that, and it just pisses me off that other people who have watched baseball for their entire life act like they're so like oblivious to seeing this happen before. It happens all the time. No team is ever the same throughout a season. So that's why it's just like I would get in so many arguments and get so frustrated. And then on top of it, to call me crazy it's just like, man, like some people need a reality check.
It just makes me so mad because I had so many Met fans tell me, oh, look at the Yankees. They're not going to make the playoffs. Look at the Yankees. They're not going to make the playoffs. What about your damn team? Your damn team is barely holding on. They're like clawing.
Yeah. No, listen. That's a separate situation. But you know what, Matthew? We don't even need to worry about that. Whatever happens there, what happens there. Let's just be raw for us.
I just want Tony's reaction to what I said. Hey, Tony, what do you think?
But come on, you're not getting what you wanted at Tony.
I don't know. Name some of those Met fans that said that.
You're one of them.
I never said the Yankees aren't making the postseason.
I've had people at my job that said the Yankees aren't making the playoffs.
No,
I'm sorry, but you guys, you're 80. Your team's 80 and 76. 80. Okay, 81, 80, 76, 81, 76. They're like scratching. They're not talented, unlike the Yankees.
You're scratching.
They're so much more talented. I'm just saying.
But still, Matthew, it's just don't be Michael Butka here. Okay, let's just be happy for the Yankees. Like whatever the Mets are going to do, the Mets are going to do.
I'm just happy that I'm just saying we're much more talented than everybody else. I see it. We're so much more talented.
We are. Obviously, it all comes down to executions, and I just love the fact that we could win this division and have a bye in the American League.
The Blue Jays are collapsing like the Mets did.
Yes.
The Blue Jays are talking they were up 9 games. The Mets 9 games. They're collapsing like the Mets did right at the perfect time. And we're going to be like the Phillies and steal this division. I believe that.
And the ironic part is too, I mean, despite the struggles earlier in the year against the Blue Jays, against the Red Sox, all of the teams that are going to be in the playoffs this year, we've all beaten them in series other than the Tigers, who might not make the playoffs the way that they're playing. AJ Hinch is running out of answers there. So even if we do play the Tigers, please, I will bring them myself to Yankee Stadium. Like I will. I mean, the Tigers are dead. I mean, let's be real. The Tigers are dead.
We could win the #1 seed still.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. We could be the best team in the American League. And it's just I'm laughing because the Blue Jays collapsed. They're up 9 games.
How many?
The final month, they were up like 9.
All right, that was a good 9.
All right, that's something, Matthew. But yeah, let's see what happens. But I think we're in good shape here, and I will feel great. Like the key to this run, yes, every game you have to win, but the key is tonight. You winning, them losing, it being tied, them shaking in their boots, thinking about the lead that they blew. That is what it's all about, Matthew. So hopefully we get that tonight.
They're in the playoffs right now. The Yankees.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for your call, Matthew.
No, I mean, obviously, listen, they have had the best record in the whole league, for a month and a half here. So that's a great feeling. Of course, so much left to be done. So much stuff still to talk about this, but there is a ton of comments. If you want to just catch up on those first.
Yes, dude. Why not? Matthew Ryan complaining that I just wanted to answer you. Jokes on him. Donnelly says, not me, by the way. I never said nothing bad. And she names name here.
Yes.
Josh Burgos.
Donna is correct.
LOL,
she did. Donna is a very diehard fan, supporter, very positive energy out of Donna. So we love that.
Speaking of the positivity, Ernie with the ear. And then here he goes, naming names. I'll tell you who it was. JD, he says, Josh, Kev, Hot Take, Colm. The only 3 people that believed me was me, Chief, and Barnes.
Right.
Everyone else
Ernie.
was expecting us to be washed by now. Matthew Ryan says Josh B, neglecting that has been named by 2 different people, by the way. He's been named Josh B by 2 separate people. He says Matthew is Buckta before Buckta, which is totally true. And then Ernie says, miss you guys. This sales summit. Haven't been able to go log on a 15-minute break, so tuned in. Love you guys. Miss you guys. Ditto, Ernie.
Yes.
Hope you're enjoying
in Atlanta. So a couple more things there besides all of that nonsense. Like I said, I already said what I had to say. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me, and people like this, and I know it's a little different perspective. The Mets, like you've dealt with it all. But what I will say, just generally speaking, not even the Yankees. But that's what just pisses me off about these people calling the season over, Tony, in April, in May, in June. Like, does that piss you off when people do that, though?
Yeah, no, it does. It does. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's one thing. Like, because I mean, I can sit here and you talk about any, I guess other sports, but it's I don't know. I feel like it's one thing if you do it for something like football, where there's a shortened season,
right?
And it's like, but the long seasons you get in hockey, in baseball, I guess you could maybe even argue basketball. It's just not. It doesn't really translate, dude. You can't say that. You just can't say that,
right?
Like it's like you start out a series or a year getting swept in your first series 0-3, but that doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter,
dude.
The
Brewers, best record in the league.
Literally.
Looked like a 100-loss team
right.
The first series of the year.
And now it's ridiculous, dude. Like the run that they went on was absolutely astronomical. No one saw that coming. So it's like, you can never count someone. This isn't the Jets starting out 0-3 in the season. It's not that. Okay. So it does piss me off when people do that. And it is I guess you could say it's a sign of poor fandom, I guess.
I would say act like you've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, and I said this all year, like two things could be true. Yes. Do I like when we go 20-31 over 51 games or get embarrassingly swept by the Red Sox 4 games in a row at Fenway Park? Of course not. But it's like when there's so much time left to correct it, why do we have to have the funeral now?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's just, that pisses me off. And then it's a good segue into, the act like you've been there part. So definitely had some debate going around in the JD chat about this, about the clinching the playoffs celebration. I have no problem with it. And you listen to the guys on like the Yankee post game and stuff, just talking about how it's a long season. The good things deserve to be celebrated. And you hear all of them talking about job's not done yet. Aaron Boone saying, one thing checked off the list now, but bigger things ahead, want the division. Judge saying he wants to win every game. But like Josh and I guess Josh and Cullum and I don't know, JD was kind of in the middle, but then towards the end, it felt like he was saying that they shouldn't be celebrating after clinching the playoff berth. And I understand too, Yankees, yes, they have the highest standard in the majors, given, the most championships, all that stuff. But to me, it's like, I don't have a problem with it because it's like, they're all saying the goal. They all want to win. So it's like, just because they have a celebration for clinching a playoffs, that means that they don't want it hard enough. I don't know. I just think that's kind of a ridiculous take.
No, I'm going to totally agree with you there. And it's actually pretty funny because, I mean, did you see Chris Russo's take on it?
No.
Because, dude, again, I'll stand by this here. Like Chris Russo on First Take, like we are losing it, dude.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking segment as when he was complaining about Cohen's call.
Yeah.
All right. It's like he's in front of the monitor. They got like some camera operator tight in on his face, dude. Everyone else is on the side. And he does.
It's
ridiculous. You got $250 million payroll. And you're worried about making glitches of playoffs. What are we doing? And it's like, dude, like I don't know. I mean, have you ever like watched baseball like in your entire? I feel like
every team does it.
Every team does it, no matter what. The Phillies just did it too for clinching the NL East.
The Blue Jays definitely did for clinching the playoffs.
Dude. And it's just like I don't know. It's like you said, it's a long season. It's almost like having a wrap party for making a film or something.
Yeah.
It's like you spent X amount of months, which is a long time, like numerous amount of months of your life with a bunch of these people working towards one thing, okay, which is, to get past the regular season. That's what you're doing. And no matter what, no matter if that movie releases and it fucking bombs, doesn't matter because those people just, took a portion of their life, dedicated all this time for one single goal, which is to make that movie. In this case, in baseball, it's get past the regular season, okay? And it is a long season. It's strenuous. A million different things happen in the length of a season. It could be a lifetime, honestly. And I think, like, they have been doing in baseball for as long as I've lived.
Right.
Like they celebrate getting into the postseason. And it doesn't really matter what your payroll is, what the expectations were, how you got there, who was injured, what your roster looks like. You did it. Okay. And like you're saying right now, a team like Detroit, who had such a phenomenal lead, like they may not.
Right.
Okay. So it's like if you're another team that is taking Detroit's spot, like you should definitely celebrate no matter what.
Right.
Like no matter what. And if Detroit gets in, they should still celebrate no matter what.
Yes.
Like, I mean, that's just, I don't know. Again, maybe that's more of just a tradition in baseball. And I guess you could argue that it's, really not really done in any other sport like that.
Yeah, no, I know
But
Rick was talking
still.
about like hockey not in the first round or whatever.
No, yeah, they typically don't. But again, I mean, like
It's hockey.
there is no season as long as baseball.
Yeah.
Like it just
Yeah.
isn't. You don't play games for 10 consecutive days in any other sport than baseball. Like it's
Right.
not like it is different. And I think they do deserve to celebrate. And I will stand by Russo kind of losing his mind a little bit on first take because once again, I think that's just a poor take.
Yeah, no, and he defines get off my lawn. You know, he's stuck with certain things, need to be a certain way. And you know, there's evolution. And like I said, I just know. I think like what they were complaining about in the chat is like, oh, like they're just like they're happy with this, like this isn't good enough. But it's like if they're all saying what the goal is, they're all talking about that. And Boone, right at the game, is saying the job's not done. This is one list. They're all saying that. Like two things, you could do two things. You can still celebrate that you're there, but no, there's more ahead of you. And I just feel like there's a belief in that locker room. All the guys love playing with each other. And it has to feel good too, because you're telling me they don't hear the noise. They don't hear all the people barking, complaining, saying that, oh, this team is terrible. They need to tear it down to the shreds and fire everybody and all of this stuff. And it's just like, well, here we are. We're in the playoffs. We have a chance to win. So why not us? Why don't we do it? You know, so that has to be a good feeling. So I just think complaining about celebrating is ridiculous. But you know, and just complaining in general. Like, you know what, Tony? Like, for instance, with you, what you've had to deal with the Mets the last couple of months, like perfect right to be complaining, negative, all that stuff.
Right.
But it's like my whole thing is like when you're a team that all season, let's not forget this, all season has been in a playoff position, to just complain every day is ridiculous. Like I'm all for if the season doesn't end the way that we want, complaining, talking about it, talking about future plans.
Right.
But until that point, and hopefully we don't get to that point, why would I waste any energy complaining?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're totally right. Josh B says Barnes is okay with you comparing other teams like the Blue Jays in Detroit.
This is just Josh just searching for us. Yes, Josh. The Yankees have the best pedigree in Major League Baseball history. We all know that. But again, like I said to you last night, you could want to win, be confident in yourself, be motivated, and still celebrate that you made the playoffs. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And it's like things can evolve over time, and that's it. And that's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. So, you know, let's just get the job done. But you got to love the way this team is playing. You know, I mean, there's just no doubt about that. And even some games where, okay, like last night, you know, you had wasted opportunities. You didn't come through, but you found a way. There's something about finding a way. And team chemistry with baseball, so important. And like I said, I mean, you just get a sense these guys love playing with each other. And you love to see it. And you know what else was nice too, watching the game, because he was premiering actually, which is crazy too. So Gracie Cashman, Brian Cashman's daughter, has been hosting this series on YES called The Story of My Number. And most of it is former Yankees, but they've also sprinkled in some Nets. And I'm trying to think what other sport there was. It might have just been the Nets, but regardless of that, because obviously their games are on the YES network, it's actually won multiple Emmys. So they just had the Emmy Awards. So, you know, I think she does a great job. But Oswaldo Cabrera's episode was premiering last night. So they had him up in the booth. And he was talking about his recovery, how he feels, and he even has a spot in the dugout that's called like Oswaldo's hot corner. He said he's getting real riled. And his rehab's going well. He feels great. You know, they're not going to play till next year. But he was just saying the closeness that he felt from the guys and Judge, you know, coming to see him in the hospital and even having dinner after that game and just how close the team is. So that's all stuff you love to see. It was good to see as well because he's a good guy. And you hope next year, you know, he's back to being an important piece for us. And I would imagine he'll take over Ahmad Rosario, who's going to be a free agent, his role on the team. And then, you know, Josh here just not wanting to give it a rest, saying we've been finding a way 8 of the last 9 years. Yes, 8 of the last 9 years, been in the playoffs.
9.
But again, like you're not in the locker room. You're not with these guys.
9.
To think that they don't want it. because they're celebrating being in the postseason. I'm sorry, it's
What does
Chris,
that
it's Chris
even mean?
Russo. It's Chris Russo.
It is Chris Russo.
So Josh, if you want to be Chris Russo, by all means, go ahead. But I know this team is motivated. They're pumped and they're fun to watch every night. So that's all I could say.
Every night though?
Every single night, Tony. The full
27.
Come on, dude. Imagine Ryan even getting in the mix.
Wow,
Saying Josh
dude.
Music Gator. It just the complaining. Stop with the complaining, okay? Like just everybody with the complaining. Like we think complain. Complaining isn't fun. Like it's not a good vibe. Like you think this team has played the best baseball in the whole majors because they were complaining when they weren't playing well? Is that how they turned it around? They just started complaining every second? No, they didn't do that, Tony. So enough. Okay. Anyway, things
How
about dead nuts. Things like I said, falling our way yesterday. With the Blue Jays losing. So only one game back there. Obviously, yes, we know they have the tiebreaker, but they have one more game with the Boston Red Sox. And then I'm trying to actually see this. Is it 2 more games? Oh yeah, it is 2 more games. Whatever. But anyway, 2 more games with the Boston Red Sox, and then 3 with the Rays, who the Rays always give their best effort. So it feels like there's an opportunity for them to lose some games. And I don't know too, and I'm surprised Dog didn't have why he's barking, why he's hot about the George Springer foul ball. Did you see that or hear about that?
No.
If you want to look it up, bases were loaded. I think second inning, ball down the line, called foul in the infield. Non-reviewable. They're talking about and I guess going by the video, I sometimes have trouble with these things, but I guess clearly fair. But they're talking about how that needs to be changed. But Springer ends up getting struck out on a bad call afterwards. So that was a complete rally killer. As they didn't get any runs that inning.
This is it right here against Boston?
Yeah.
All right, I'll stand by. Let me share it over here. Bang. Let's see what's going on here. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Yep.
Hits it foul.
I'll mute that. So they call it foul.
Yes.
It is foul.
They called it foul, but actually, when you see the replay here, you
It's
can see
definitely
that it's
not.
over the bag, I guess. I don't know if they'll show it.
And this is, I would imagine they would show it.
But non-reviewable.
Non-reviewable.
Because it's in the infield.
Yeah, that is a bullshit rule. So there it is.
Because once it's over the bag, if it's in
while it's over the bag,
if it's hitting the line, like I know it wasn't on the line, but if it's over the line, like part of it's over the line, that means it's a fair ball.
Yeah. And that strikeout, obviously.
Yeah.
That's tough, dude.
They ended up losing the game, but they haven't been playing well.
No,
and I think the Bichette injuries hurt them, just like the Roman Anthony injury has hurt the Red Sox. So yeah, I mean the things going our way, and it's just like I don't know. I feel like Max Scherzer. I mean, he's just not the pitcher that he used to be. And I know this is a big game for Toronto. Yes, they're at home. Yes, they're 50-26 there. But Garrett Crochet, man, 17-5 with a 2.69. That's a tough at bat and tough for a lineup. Without Bichette. So feel good about that. I know they did just get Santander back. I don't think he played last night, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the lineup tonight. But you have that going for us, and then the game for us tonight. Fried pitching.
There we go.
Obviously, he's been great, going for win number 19 on
Very
the season.
impressive.
Going up against Frazier Ellard, who's only pitched 16 innings, has a 4.50 earned run average. And I want to say, because this was just announced, they had undecided as of the Yankee broadcast last night. I believe he's a relief pitcher. Yes. So this is an opener game. So listen, I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But this is a game you feel like you have in the bag. And like I said, good chance Red Sox could win tonight. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed. Who knows? But you just love the position you're in. So it's just a great feeling, going through this season. Everything's lined up, and it feels like at the bare minimum, you're going to be hosting a wild card game 1 week from yesterday at Yankee Stadium. Will it be the Boston Red Sox? I mean, it kind of feels like it. But they only have a 1-game lead over the Tigers. And the Astros are 1 game out of them. How about the Astros, Tony, out of the playoffs? The Mariners, the run. Cal, I really can't stand Kyle Raleigh and this whole like media frenzy and stuff. And him after the game, Mina Kimes on Twitter's like, say, oh, I love this guy, blah, blah, blah. But he was, after they clinched, like he got in the microphone and said, why don't we fucking do something while we're in the playoffs or go all the way, something like that.
Wow.
Dropping the F-bomb. Yes, the FCC, Tony. But I have to say, because of the hot mic, I don't like Raleigh. I have to admit, I mean, 60 home runs. How many home runs does he have? Is it 58?
Is it 58 now?
57 or 58, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can look it up.
I will.
But I just think he's getting a little too like nose in the air, full of himself. It's a great season of 58 home runs, but he's hitting 245. And it's like Aaron Judge. I mean, sure, he might not hit his 50th home run, but most likely he will. I mean, other than the homers, sweeps the board, and this media obsession. It pisses me off where it's like almost like one of those things where like the whole message on something in the world is like, oh, this is the right way to think. And it seems like that narrative is being unfairly pushed. Listen, if you don't believe me, that's fine. Not even that Aaron Judge is on the Yankees, but it's like, I just don't see how an MVP of a league, I don't care if he hits 90 home runs, can hit 245. It just seems like, have we really fallen that far? Because I would love to look it up right now. The lowest batting average by a league MVP. I guarantee, Tony, maybe 260. I mean, 245 is bad.
By a MLB league MVP. I mean, the one thing I will say though, it's like, I mean, if Seattle ends up going on to win their division,
this stupid AI answer. Go down. Maybe it'll show from a player.
Which baseball MVP hit the lowest batting average? This is from StatMuse. Someone who's not a pitcher would be great.
Just keep going down. We'll see it.
Clayton Kershaw.
Shohei. What did he hit? 257.
257.
Right? Is that it? Or is it Dizzy Dean, but he was a pitcher, right?
I mean,
Newcomb was a pitcher.
Some of these guys I don't know.
Lefty Grove. Can you give me 5 on
dude?
Lefty Grove?
1931, Brian.
But it's Ohtani, 257.
I guess that would be it. But I guess, I guess so. And I mean, again, Ohtani would be the one you would use, I guess. But like I said, the only thing I will say is that if Seattle does go on to win their division, I mean,
if the Yankees have the number 1 seed.
I mean, it's just, again, like, I mean, maybe it's just me, but it's like, obviously I can name a lot more players on the Yankees who are valuable. On Seattle, like, who else in that lineup is someone that you're looking at?
I guess
like, that guy is winning Seattle games.
But is it really about being valuable? Because I know that's like what the award is called.
Yeah, I mean, that's an age-old, discussion.
But I feel like, is it even a discussion though? Because I feel like every year it's like those eye-popping stats.
Right,
that's who the MVP is. Other than the NFL last year, Josh Allen getting it, that was kind of weird. But I know this isn't the NFL, so.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I just think, in what world, Tony, is 9 more home runs worth 80 plus points in batting average, and then being behind in every other category?
Right. Yeah, no, you're totally right. I mean, it is, in terms of across the board. I mean, it is Judge. I mean, he is,
Yeah. I mean, but to be honest, like, you're talking division, a lot of emphasis here on the divisional games. You would say if they win the division, he hits 60, maybe 61. Your vote would be for Raleigh or no?
If they win the division, you're saying, yeah, probably.
But what about? I'm just curious. Like, what's the counter? You're saying screw the numbers, just because his impact is so much greater on the Mariners. That's why you're giving it to him. Is it the catcher thing? Like, what's the driving force here? Right.
I mean, the fact that he is a catcher also does play a role as well. I mean, a catcher brings a lot of value to a team. Just like, again, I mean, I feel like you could have made a similar argument, right, between Ohtani and fucking Judge. Really, it's like, in terms of the MVP discussion, again, people are going to look at the stats, look at the numbers across the board, and it's like, well, Judge is better, but it's like, well, yeah, obviously, tough. Ohtani is also a pitcher that brings more value. And again, I mean, a catcher brings more value, and I think Cal Raleigh has brought a ton of value, more value to the Mariners at that point if they go on to win the division than arguably, again, Judge to the Yankees.
And the one thing I would say, and it's like, listen, like I don't necessarily like agree with the take just because of the batting average,
Which
but
is
I'm not
fine.
but I'm not like mad dog about it.
Right.
Like I understand like where you're coming from. The only thing I would say in response to that is I feel like we have seen when Aaron Judge is not playing. I mean, there's been some terrible baseball over the years. So it's like you could argue he's just as important because, I mean, is this team even in the playoffs without him?
No, definitely not. I mean, but I mean, it's tough. I mean, like, are they in the playoffs without Stanton? Probably not either.
But he kind of came in late and they got all those wins when they had the best record in the league early in the season when he wasn't playing.
Right. But I mean, like when he did come back from injury, like he was winning them.
Some of it was they were terrible, and then obviously this last stretch he's been in there all the time, and a lot of wins. Yes, did coincide
coming in to play the field like that. That was.
But I would say at the very least that like it's like there's all these different tiebreakers, and I guess that means it's close.
It is.
But I would say that there's no way you could tell me that Raleigh is more valuable to the team than Judge. You want to say equal? I could say yes. But more, I don't know. Because like I said, I think the team is a mess without Judge.
Right. I mean, yes. I mean, you're not wrong. But I mean, that's why it's the same thing with Raleigh, which is why they're both in conversation for the MVP race. Like, without them, both of their teams are probably not making the playoffs.
And also, too, is there some, like, I don't know, unwritten or unofficial, like, media push towards this? Because it does feel like that when I'm watching MLB Network. I'm watching your guy Greg Amundser, or however you say his name, and everybody's like going nuts. Like I don't know. It does feel like there is such a national push for that being the consensus, and we've seen the betting odds change. But did you notice that? I'm sure you probably don't watch MLB Network a ton, but just in general.
I guess I haven't noticed it necessarily, but I mean, I see a lot of clips on social about him, and I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think people in general do like the Mariners organization,
because they've never won, right?
They've never won.
Okay.
And I mean, again,
never been to a World Series.
Never been to a World Series.
Who remembers the 0-1 Seattle Mariners dog?
No, literally a dog.
That bite.
And then it's like last year, first time in the playoffs in how many years, right? So it's like I don't know, just that the team in general was kind of on the rise, I guess, and the fact that you have this guy who's doing this in a catching position, no one's really ever done that in his position before, so. I mean, I guess maybe that's why the push, but I don't know. I mean, why you're kind of like annoyed at it? Like,
a little bit,
but it is pretty substantial what he's doing.
It is substantial, but I also think again, it's like it's almost like LeBron with the MVPs, where the voting media, the general media, the fans, they get sick of the same person winning all the time, and then also they take for granted what they're doing, and it's like, please, like let's talk in 10 years. And you tell me how many players are putting up the numbers that Judge is doing. Nobody's hitting 50 home runs. I know Kyle Raleigh's doing it this year. Ohtani, sure. Those are the only guys in his memory. Nobody. Ohtani, you saw the MVP. He's hitting 250. Nobody's hitting 320 and hitting 50 home runs. That is ridiculous. And I feel like that is getting taken for granted because, Aaron Judge, we're used to doing it. And then also that negative playoff connotation about it as well. It feels like that all plays a fortunate little Judge fatigue, and he's not being appreciated as much. Because, I mean, right? I mean, there's no way to dispute it. I mean, 350 home runs is insane. Like, no one's coming close to that.
Right.
It's not even 300. It's 320. It's over 320. I mean, that has to count for something.
No, yeah. And I totally agree. And I guess, I mean, you are correct. I think there is, and I feel like this happens with almost anything where, people like do get sick of seeing the same person like winning or getting a certain award over and over and over again, or getting media coverage over and over and over again. And it is like you do start to almost like look for things to not vote for this guy,
right?
As opposed to just seeing it as face value, the stats that are on the back of the card, the impact he actually has on the team. So I mean, I can't argue that. I think that does play a factor.
Yeah. And then also that kind of begs, like, do you think the media are the people that should be voting for this? Should it be the general manager? Should it be the players? Should it be a combination of the players and the front offices? Like, how do you think this should be determined?
I don't know. It's so tough because I mean, you can argue that any one of those groups you've mentioned will have their biases. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess maybe the media
Mm.
would be who I vote for. People who are, in the trenches every day with multiple teams, seeing, different players every day,
Yeah.
That's what I would
It does
think.
seem like there is no perfect thing.
Yeah, there is. I don't think
Also,
there is.
it's like the college football playoff kind of.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but it does feel like I feel like it would be the second time he's robbed, which is terrible. That he could potentially have 2 MVPs when he should have 4.
Mhm.
Because you think about the Altuve year. Yeah, we'll have to see. But let's get to these comments because there's something I want to add to this. But the Matthew Ryan, the Josh B.
Yeah, there was definitely, a lot of back and forth there. Because we heard before from Matthew kind of calling out Josh B a little bit. Josh B, I'm more of a Yankee fan than you'll ever be. Just because you shit talk, he says, other teams will make you a better fan. A lot of back and forth here. He says, Matthew, Josh, I'm not complaining about them celebrating, bro. I do shit talk other teams because they are beneath the Yankees. And he goes, you're happy to celebrate a playoff berth, so you were happy every year when we lose in the playoffs, ? Which was last in 0-9. And he goes, okay, so you're satisfied with the team, cool. And then he says, you're Brian Cashman at Jace. The playoffs are your goal to you guys, he says. It's all good. And Matthew Ryan saying if they are 1 and done, I'll be so mad. And he goes, but you're so happy they made the playoffs.
And what I would say here, Josh, is again, like 2 things like can be separate. And I just think, I mean, the notion, because it's not just you, Josh, like a lot of other Yankee fans do this. Mark is a perfect example. Like, it's like I almost can't even have a conversation with them about the Yankees at this point. But it's just like, because, and again, I mean, what's more important than anything? Winning. Absolutely. But it's like, okay, got to take it one season at a time. So to constantly, anytime anything happens during a game for the Yankees during the season, to just, no matter what happens, just to go back to, well, how many times have we won recently? When was the last time we won? When was the last time we won? When was the last time we won? Over and over and over and over again, to me, is very amateur, because it's like this franchise has shown more than any other franchise in Major League Baseball history that they always bounce back. They always get to the top of the mountain. And besides that, Josh, you've been watching baseball even longer for me. And you're telling me that it's like every time when we're in the stretch run of a season, we always have to go back to, well, what happened the previous couple years? What happened the previous 10 years? What happened the previous 15 years? Oh, okay. So we have to go by that. That means that this year, it can't be different. It can't be different. And I just feel like to have that mindset it's amateur hour, because every year is different. Every season's different. And we've seen so many teams get over the hump, guys that couldn't win. Even if we're not talking about baseball, we're talking about other sports. We're talking about basketball. We're talking about football. This quarterback's name, all the flack that Josh Allen has to hear. Oh, he's never going to win. He's never going to win. But we all know he could win this year. And then that narrative changes. So to just harp on these past results time and time again, I just don't think it makes sense, And I know we're all frustrated. You think I'm not frustrated that we haven't won in this long? And by no means is it acceptable. But I have the strength and the wherewithal to just look at each season individually. So when I'm thinking about what's going to happen the rest of the season, I'm not thinking about what happened the previous 15, because let's face it, that doesn't matter. What matters is what happens moving forward. That's what I'm focused about. So listen, who knows what will happen? Let's start with a win tonight and the Red Sox, win as well, and go from there. But it's a good feeling, and I can't wait for the playoffs.
Yes, well said, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be beating a dead horse here or kind of reiterating it, but I don't know. I think it really is just different for baseball. I mean, making the playoffs should be celebrated.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then also too, yes, each team has different standards.
Of course, but
it's like you still can look at the season as a whole, and you can't just lose all belief because you're tired of waiting to win. Like eventually you're going to win. Yes, no one has an 8-ball that's going to tell us exactly when it is, but eventually it's going to happen. So you just stick with your team and you go for the best. But the constant, like the sky is falling. Oh, how long is it over? And I mean, it's pointless. It doesn't make sense, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, even if like, listen, obviously Yankees have had their woes. You want to talk about defense,
Disappointing ends to the seasons. Yes.
Certain players having slumps longer than you want to.
Management
lack
decisions.
of management decisions, not good. But I don't know, man. I mean, still, even with the problems the Yankees have had, I mean, I would say that most matchups they're going to have in the playoffs like don't seem like out of reach for them.
Echoing what you're saying, they have as good of a chance as anybody to go all the way. Doesn't mean that they're going to, but the fact that they do, what are we crying about? And then we're focusing on the post-game celebration. It's like, again, the venting time is the offseason. Not right now. Let's enjoy every moment, every pitch, every game, and just appreciate the change that this team has made, because I think that should not be understated by any means. So let's go. 5 games left. And Matthew Reinhold says, we're not 1 in 15 years, but we have to make the playoffs to even have a chance to make the World Series, which is very true. Got to get in to win. So yeah, we'll talk more, with an exact prediction for tonight's game when we do the 6-pack. But the Mets, Tony,
the 6-pack,
the comeback, returning to the winner's circle. Was there any Jay texts about the comeback last night?
No.
He's still beaten down, as are you.
Yeah,
like I think you were still pumped, but it's like, okay, great, but like, what's going to happen the rest of the games?
Exactly. I mean, boy, I mean, Chicago, dude, they have some really good defense. Like their outfielders were just all over the place last night. Pete Crow included. Yeah, dude. He had like 2 like really phenomenal sliding catches. And of course, I'm sure in the back of his mind, he knows the Mets, the team that passed on him, got rid of him, probably a little extra purchase for him.
Right.
But who didn't have any extra purchase last night was David Peterson. And that was the big, like, holy shit. Maybe even bored. Like if I wasn't in my kitchen and had like the laptop on with the game and I didn't have like my hand on an onion cutting it up, I probably turn the game off, honestly. Because Peterson with the inning and a third, the 5 earned runs, 2 walks, only 1 strikeout. You're looking at the second inning, it's 5-1. I really couldn't believe my eyes, especially after Lindor, the leadoff homer off the game. I mean, you should have seen me in the kitchen. I was like, fucking let's go, dude. It was 1-0 early.
You're not as beat down as Jay, then.
No, because I know, again, I mean, it's a similar mentality. Like, obviously, especially now, to be honest, I feel like I'm almost doubling down because, I mean, quite literally every single one of these last games matter for the Mets to. It's a do or die situation at this point.
And you know what? Like, I know you're gonna feel like this. Once they get it, and again, it doesn't let off the hook.
Right. No.
Jeremy shot, all that stuff. But once that fucking playoff game starts, you're going to be so amped and want to win it, and you want to see where it goes, and you're going to be excited. And you're not going to be worried about what happened in the regular season.
Exactly. And I know for a fact also in the back of my head that my life, Brian, will be significantly worse if they miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like there's no way around that.
Yeah.
Okay. Like almost every aspect. Now I'm going to walk even places that I love. Like I'm going to walk into the horseshoe. I'm going to see Kyle. He's like, hey man, sorry about the, like, there's going to be no escaping that feeling. Okay.
Matthew Ryan will call you every day.
Forget about it, dude. Forget about it. Blocked.
Going.
Gone, dude. In any case, obviously, like you said, you're not celebrating. This was a very, very ugly win. The 9-7, the Peterson, huge problem. The fact that you had to bring in Brazoban in that second inning was, I literally could not believe it. Like honestly, again, even though these tough starts with Peterson, not having any control over his pitches, which he did not have, yesterday for sure. It just, I don't know. I did not think it would be that bad this part of the season, I don't think the Cubs are obviously they clinched the playoff berth, but I think they're still playing for like home field advantage, I think, right?
Yes.
So they have things to play for, which again is fine. I mean, these games matter to anyone, to any team here. but it's just like, oh my God, dude. I literally just could not believe my eyes. Another start, and arguably in the biggest start of his season where you needed him the most, he had arguably the worst start of the year.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find it.
Just absolutely nothing in the tank, it seems, left for David Peterson this year, which obviously, again, you want to look further down. I think he's still going to have a start another start, actually, I guess, against the Nationals. Probably would be the last game of the season. Yeah. So, and it's like, if that game is going to matter, which it probably will, do you want him there? Like, probably not.
How could you?
How could you want him there? You would want literally anybody else, like bullpen, starter, doesn't matter. Like, you want anybody not named David Peterson,
right?
Because it's just been so piss poor, and it's really wild. Obviously, very worrisome. But you're watching the rest of this game here. By the fourth inning, that was another thing too. Some of the defensive problems the Mets had. You had back-to-back errors by Jeff McNeil. So that was obviously a run scored that would have been unearned. But nonetheless, I think that one was just. I think that was the second error that McNeil had. The one where Horner scores on. Because I think what you saw prior to that play, I believe was I forget who it was. It may have been honestly Horner. Ground out what would have been a double play. Runner gets out at second. The throw from McNeil sailed it. And I think that was maybe just a case of McNeil kind of having a probably just feeling the pressure, knowing that there's gonna be someone who's digging it out, want to get the ball out. Turn two, you don't. Which again, I mean, those mistakes happen. That didn't necessarily give up a run or anything, but then. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's classic McNeil, who's like, just gets upset with himself. And then all of a sudden the next play, which wasn't necessarily routine, Brian, he made a sliding catch in the infield, got the ball, pops up, and just pulls this throw to Alonso. And then that's where you see Horner scoring on that one. And then back-to-back errors by McNeil, ends up with a run given up, 6-1. And again, that was the point where it was like, I should close the laptop. I should just fucking forget about it, but I didn't. And thank God I didn't.
No, but what do you mean, dude? Since they've been playing so bad, they can't win, right? Because John's in the count here.
Joshua Burgos.
Oh, wait, is he actually on the line? Yes.
Yeah, this is Josh.
Let's.
All right, hold on. Josh B calling in the middle of the Mets breakdown, but hey, it's Josh B. You love him anyway. Josh, you're live on the Sports World. What's going on, dude?
Yeah.
What's going on,
Listen,
man?
All I say is you just.
You're underwater voice scrambler. You're like a murder witness right now.
Yeah, what do we got? Where are you? You're in the basement? You're outside? Maybe I'll hop off the Wi-Fi.
Better?
It sounds so ridiculous. It sounds like Michael Theophil doing a prank call, right?
It's kind of crazy, to be honest.
No, I went from my headphones to and it's no difference.
There's no difference. It's like Andre the Giant, Josh.
If I talk.
Oh my God! No,
this is wild. It's like you're doing it on purpose.
I'm gonna call him, and we'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get Josh B. There we go, dude.
Try this again.
Oh my! Did this happen one other time?
It has happened with Josh.
Yeah, I just don't.
Never happened with me that I know.
What happened with me? No,
I just don't get what it is, though.
I mean, we can get through. People are just gonna think it's Elvis in the line or something.
No, it's literally like the Geico commercial with the voice screen.
Yeah.
All I want is you literally describe the mission of insanity as the same thing you expect something. They've been over and over. They haven't changed anything, and you expect
It's kind of
choppy, we're getting in and out, but I think we're getting the idea here. Though.
Yes, and what I would say, but they have changed things, Josh. And a big thing that I was harping on in the beginning, and again, it wasn't just because of like getting the hit last night. Caballero, that's something different. We haven't had a guy who could steal over 50 bases on the team. Having that weapon in the postseason off the bench, that is massive. So that's a big thing right there.
How many bases this year?
He has 48 steals.
Which is wild.
And I think we have the most steals that we've had in a season since 2011. And the most steals in the majors since mid-July. Okay, so when was the last time we said that about a Yankee team? I think that is something different.
Well, something different, but it's definitely so. That's what I want to see different.
I didn't.
What do you want to see different, Josh?
I want to see a trip. That's what I want to see.
Right, but it's like, why? But why does that have to come up every single time after a win when the season's not over? Like, you want to talk about, but we didn't win, but the season's not over. So why are we talking about that? When the season's over, let's talk about it for 4 days straight. I would love to, but it's like, hopefully we don't have to. But that's my whole point is let the season play out. Let it breathe. You're not letting it breathe.
Sound like I do in the season. That's not trying to let the season breathe. The breath is, we're out of oxygen tanks. Season's over.
I'm only hearing part of it.
He's saying like it's not a long season anymore. Like, this is it. Like, this is
right.
Like,
this is it. So I'm saying, but like, we're not even playing bad, Josh. So why are you going? Oh, well, we haven't won before, so we're not gonna do it again. It's like we're playing well. So why can't we just take one game at a time, enjoy it, enjoy the prospect that we could win the division instead of just going, oh, well, we had to do it before. I just won a championship. We haven't done it, and just every time.
So when we go 0-19 with runners and scored playoffs,
but why are you talking about that when it hasn't happened? Are you looking to speak it into fruition?
No.
So then, so take it one. If you could just, all I would just ask is if you could just take it one day at a time. When there's something to complain about, you think I don't want to complain about it? Of course I want to complain about it, but there's nothing to complain about right now.
Day by day.
The way I'm only laughing because of the way it sounds on our end.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, that's it.
Guys, man, you guys are the best.
Yeah. Oh, I can't right now.
Let me get my what's the show I'm looking for? America's Voice out of here.
Yeah. Dude, you really like listen to it back, dude. It's absolutely hilarious.
Chop it up. You'll send us the bites tomorrow. It'll be great.
Plan. Sounds like a plan.
All right. See you, Josh.
Always a pleasure, dude.
Later.
But it's crazy though. I don't know about you, Tony, but I swear to God, like unless like somebody was trying to do it, I have never heard that happen just like that ever in my life.
No, literally never. It's
like
just
I don't
him.
get like what causes it.
I have no idea, dude. Like, I feel like I would like anyone else would call in it. So
AirPods, but then he said he was switching, right?
Yeah, he went from from whatever headphones he has to the phone, and I don't know.
Yeah, and then by the way, Fishboy,
a big I'm sure
still in playoff position. But we know it. Honestly, John, we feel bad. But just gotta hope. Right, day by day, just like Josh. He feels defeated. Hard to argue about that. The 15.5 game. Would that be the biggest lead ever blown? I mean, it has to be, no?
That I know of, right?
Yeah.
Did you see? Didn't Super Bowl hit someone in the face last night, dude? I don't know who it was.
And I guess everything went awry after that. And then also, dude. Josh says that's exactly how Ernie sounds too, and I think that it did happen.
Or maybe it was Ernie that one.
I think it's your guys' end.
It could be. It could be
a burnt end.
Yes,
I could go for that right now.
I was gonna say burnt ends are delicious.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. John Paul says he feels defeated.
What were you pulling up? Or were you just looking about the division?
I was looking to see if that dude got hit, who the dude was who got hit in the face.
Oh, hit in the face, right.
But I mean, it's fine.
I
guess we can go back to the Mets. You want to go back to the Mets now?
Yes, but actually, just before we do that,
a bit outside.
And he says #hockey season. Just look, what's the biggest division lead blown in the baseball season?
Lead blown in MLB history. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if 78 Boston Red Sox,
advantage.
14 games.
So this would be longest. And it was David Fry who got hit in the face.
David Fry, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah. That's wild. 14 games, I guess, in July they had. And then they ended up losing the AL East to the Yankees.
That was probably the Boston Massacre. Bucky Dent.
Bucky Dent's home run.
I think they used to call him Fucky Dent in Boston.
Really?
Yeah. But that's what you love to see, to be honest.
I would. Bucky Dent, not good.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to see that. But yes, back to the Mets.
Yeah, which is fine, I guess, because I mean, I guess at this point we're gonna get started with some Mets scoring. This is where I started to feel a little bit good about myself, dude. Because it was pretty wild, honestly, and honestly, like super honestly. I thought Chicago with taking out Horton early on after the third. I think he threw like 30 pitches or something. Fourth inning, 5-1 game. They bring in Mike Soroka, which is like really, really weird.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why they would do that. Like, I don't know. I mean, these games do matter for the Cubs too. So why are you pulling Horton right away? I looked it up. Nothing was really said if he was like maybe injured or not feeling well or whatever.
It feels like there'd be had to unless there was like an innings limit.
Right.
That'd be the only thing. Yeah.
But I don't know. Kind of crazy. In any case, they bring in Soroka, who, Soroka's the kind of guy who's, was supposed to be great with the Braves. Achilles injury, never got his feet off the ground, for that, no pun intended. But he does get through a fourth inning. I mentioned the errors by McNeil. We go top of the fifth here. We have single by Marte. I think he has a 9-game hit streak now, Marte, which is great. Yeah, I know, kind of crazy. McNeil pops out, so you have runner on, 1 out. Alvarez grounds out into a fielder's choice. He ends up going into second. Marte is safe at second on a fielding error by Swanson, a rare fielding error by Swanson. And that was kind of the moment that I feel like the Cubs somewhat opened the door. You have a few runners on. Marte obviously safe here at third, runner on second as well, and Alvarez. And then Lindor with a ground out RBI makes it 6-2, chipping away. Soto gets walked. And at that point, you have Alonso up, and he ropes a first pitch four-seam fastball to right field, scores Alvarez, brings Soto to the third, and then Soroka into some trouble, cutting the deficit now, the Mets, to 3 runs. They bring in Trevor Rogers. Tyler's brother. Obviously, pretty cool moment, I guess. Rogers, the talk, haha, hoo hoo. But in any case, dude, even a better moment here. Brendan Nimmo, who comes in clutch yet again, a sweeper, middle, does not hesitate.
Dead nuts.
You could say dead nuts, Brian. Ropes that one, right field, 388 feet. It's a 3-run blast, tying the game just like that. So, the Mets kind of really turn around after the Cubs having a 5-run lead now cut down to nothing.
Soto custom handshake with the fellas after the 3-run homer or no? Like, were they doing?
Was he in the celebration?
Yeah, no, I'm saying, was there any
I don't think he has a custom handshake, but he was jumping up and down.
Was it just the jump up? Like, what is chest bump? Was it a chest bump? I'm just wondering. Like, you were watching the game, no? Or were you? He
did not jump up in the air and give a chest bump. No.
So I'm just asking, like, do we have?
We're talking high fives and hugs, dude. So
high fives and hugs.
Generic.
Okay,
yes.
Very generic.
Generic celebration. But you know what? He had a smile on his face, so he was happy.
All right.
Soto, smile on his face while he was wearing the Mets uniform on the field.
Rare. You know what I was going to ask you about too? Because I heard like they were playing that on the fan, and I heard like Gary Cohen with the call. Yeah. And I've heard this before, and I think it was like in the postseason, but when he does the out of here, like twice in a row, is that like only like on special occasions?
I would say for bigger home runs. Yeah.
It's kind of because Michael K, same thing actually, the parallels.
Yeah.
See ya. Derek Jeter against the Diamondbacks won World Series.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So he does the see ya twice.
No, but like you said,
so
I don't even know if he ever did it again.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I ever really heard him say it.
But you've heard the but
it's out of here. It's out of here. Yeah.
I forgot who it was for. I don't know if it was Murphy or something.
I feel like he did it with Alonso against Milwaukee.
Oh no,
it wasn't against Milwaukee then. Maybe it was Lindor against the Braves then before that.
But was that in the regular season?
Right in the regular season.
Okay,
that was
that
the last series. Yeah.
No, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it was a while ago. It wasn't like within the last couple of years. I could be wrong, but
I'm trying to remember but I feel like I definitely remember recently because like SNY does like the call of the game.
Yes.
And dude, he definitely has done it in one of those recently.
I mean, I guess I could try to look it up while you're finishing the recap.
Yeah. So at that point, 6-6, great job. Stanek comes in, dude, in the fifth. And that's when you're like, all right, the bullpen's going to blow. It doesn't really matter. Stanek gets through the fifth inning, top of the sixth. Rogers running out of town. Pomeranz comes in. Leadoff walk to Alvarez. Lindor. RBI single coming up clutch, taking the lead, 7-6. You feel great. Bottom of the sixth comes in. Soto comes in, strikes out Shaw. Pete Croce gets a line out, but then Horner singles. They bring in the Rogers of their own. What do you got? You got
so there's a video. I haven't listened to it. I can just play it.
Yeah.
Dardo Alfonso.
If it stays fair, that ball is out of here.
This is every call. Todd Pratt,
Oh my
October
gosh.
of 99. Sounds so
It
different.
does sound a lot different.
Robin Ventura, Grand Slam. 2000s, 10-run inning in June.
Agbagiani?
2000 NLDS.
Jesus.
So I wonder, he used to do radio for playoffs games?
I guess so, right?
Beltron, 06.
Oh, so this is sporadic.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Beltron walk off. June 11th. Video is almost over.
Hey, these are good calls. I like
2016
it.
of Jabal Cabrera.
Wow.
Wilmer Flores. 2019 Todd Frazier.
There's Todd Frazier.
I think that's the last one. Yep.
Wow.
So it's been a long time since there's been a double out of
I
here.
guess it has been, dude.
Yeah.
They're due for one.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But in any case, Rogers of our own gives up a run. The lead now tied again after a Seiya Suzuki single to center, which was pretty wild. Because I don't know, I just feel I guess I just didn't expect this much scoring. But top of the eighth is when the Mets took the lead for the final time. Thielbar here pitching for the Cubs. Don't know much about him. But he gives up a leadoff single to Beatty. Marte fouls out. McNeil lines out. Acuna actually gets pinch runs here for Beatty. He's still second in the meantime. But Alvarez here with 2 outs, a runner on second base. Don't really expect much, but Alvarez sees a four-seamer, a fastball that he was sitting on. 93 though, nothing crazy.
Middle.
No,
Dead nuts?
no, I wouldn't say dead nuts.
Oh, okay, lower third.
Lower third is right, dude. Alvarez went down for this one. It was one of those almost golf swings, you know.
Okay.
But you hear the big pop. You kind of need it off the bat, to be honest. This ball probably will go the distance, and it does exactly that. 403 feet over the center field, and that makes it 9-7, dude. Arguably. Not really arguably, I guess definitively Alvarez's biggest home run this season puts the Mets up 9-7. You get Diaz coming in the eighth, asked to get the 6 outs, and he does. He gets 6 outs on 5 strikeouts, dude.
Wow,
absolutely dialed. And it just seemed like the Cubs just didn't know if he was throwing his slider or his fastball, but either pitch was absolute pinpoint accurate. And I mean, what more can you ask for from Diaz? 6 up, 6 down for him with 5 Ks and a line out. I mean, that was really impressive. And I could probably also say the only pitcher that was going to do that coming out of the bullpen here for the Mets at that point. Because I don't know, I just feel like anyone else. I mean, you're not going to trot Helsley out there,
right?
You've used Rogers, you've used Brazoban, you used Stanek. Like, I mean, you didn't have anyone else to go to besides Diaz and ask him to get 6 outs. That's what Mendoza did. He rose to the occasion. Absolutely huge there. Mets go on to win this, get their 81st victory of the season. Reds help out by losing last night. So now the lead is a game. The narrowest lead you could possibly have here. So you feel good about that. You feel good about coming into tonight, I guess, and you hope that, we're going to be sitting here in a week or so when the playoff starts, and we're going to be like, wow, that game against Chicago, that 9-7 victory, turning point here for the Mets. However, I feel like I won't be saying that until we do see the Mets make the playoffs, because I'm not going to sit here and say it right now, because I still think there's a lot of issues, mainly from the pitching staff. And tonight you got Tong in there who's coming off a bounce back start, which you love. But I mean, you used a lot of your bullpen tonight. This is another must-win game. You need Tong to go to the distance. You need your bullpen to hold it down, and you're once again probably asking your offense to score, 5 or more runs.
Yeah.
So, we're in the same spot we're in yesterday. We just have a game lead basically, because you're coming in here, every pitch, every game counts still. And like I said, you're gonna lean on some offense, whether that comes late or early. obviously remains to be seen, but I still have as much anxiety as I did yesterday. So
Right, but of course, if you had it to go one way, you'll take the win.
Of
or
course,
loss, but
of
you just wanna
course.
see it again and
Yes,
again.
and again. Keep going.
What about yesterday, though?
Oh.
Come on, lighten up, Josh. Lighten up.
Oh man. Dude. So
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what's the scenario again for today? Who's on the hill?
Jonah Tong, dude.
Okay, and he's been hammered every time
Um,
since the first start. Or
No. He's been doing well. The only start that was bad was 2 starts ago,
Okay.
where he did not get. I think he pitched 2/3 of an inning.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
which wasn't good. But like I said, dude, his start prior to that, which I guess was against the Nationals, if I remember correctly. No, sorry, it's San Diego. 5 innings, no earned runs, 8 Ks. And he was looking pretty. That's right. It was against the Padres, a good lineup. Machado, Tatis, Fanning on a lot of his pitches. And he's a fastball changeup type of pitcher.
Right.
So it's like when his fastball is working, everything else seems to come into place. That's exactly what happened against San Diego. That's what you kind of hope for here in Chicago. And again, you hope to stretch him out a little bit more. 6 innings is what you're looking for.
Right.
And again, if he's pitching well and he's getting strikeouts, I mean, why not push him a little bit?
Yeah.
So,
and then I'm sorry, for the Cubs is
I'm not actually sure for the Cubs.
Boyd.
It is Matthew
it's
Boyd.
not easy.
No, not at all.
One of the
dude.
more underrated seasons. I mean, out there. I mean, a 3.20 ERA. I mean, that's
Can't believe it. Coming
Yeah.
from Matthew Boyd, yeah. Which is pretty wild. I picked him up for my fantasy team at some point. Obviously, my team didn't do well, but he was doing well for me.
right.
So I guess you love that as a fantasy owner, but as a Met fan, I guess you don't like that necessarily. Cubs. I mean, geez, have they lost 5 in a row now? Yeah, that's right. They did lose. It is 5 in a row for them. So
Okay.
I mean, you don't love that because it's like you kind of feel like they're due. Matthew Boyd, good starter. But again, you just hope Tong can come out there and look as dominant as Boyd, if not more. And then, you rely on your superstars, maybe Juan Soto being one of them, who just could not track that home run in the 2nd inning, to be honest. Like should have been caught.
Oh, he could have robbed it.
Wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't. But then, of course, you can get into all the I guess the quirks, at Wrigley, the outfield,
Yes.
it's crazy. The
wind.
wind. We've
Yeah.
all heard that. Oh,
Sounds like 5
dude.
games left in the baseball season.
Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, dude. But you try to be positivity.
I know there wasn't much positivity. I know we didn't have picks yesterday, but the day before I heard you talking about it. 1 in 5, and you picked up 3. Now you're up 3 games.
That's right, dude. Because
Right.
we went on heads up on every single
Yes,
game.
and I just got everything
you
wrong.
just took the opposite of everything I said.
And then, but I'm batting leadoff though.
That day I was. So today
I am.
you are.
Yeah,
That's
So,
right,
All right,
dude.
let's strike up the music. Another edition of the MLB 6-pack pick segment brought to you by Velvet Llama. So we know the story. Yankee Stadium, Max Fried on the hill. The Yankees gunning for the AL East division title, needing some help, but needing to take care of business in their own right. Given the advantage here in this matchup, the Yankees minus 375 on the money line against the Chicago White Sox and Frazier Ellard. Listen, I don't think we need much description here. Tight game yesterday, walk it off. Sure. I think this is going to go the way that it should against the Chicago Cubs team. Not Chicago Cubs, I'm sorry, but Chicago White Sox, a team that has 99 losses on the season. I think the Yankees, given the theme of that number, Tony, 9-0 here over the White Sox, just on the over. Max Fried for his 19th victory of the year, 7 scoreless,
Number
9
99, dude.
Anthony Volpe, who has 19 home runs, I think, hits one for his 20th. Give him 8 players with 20 home runs. Yes, not 9. And if you wanted to include McMahon, not all of them with the Yankees, so you can't. Anyway, Stan just missed a home run. Give Judge his 50th as well. I think 4 dingers for the Yankees. And then Blackburn finishes the final 2 innings of this game. Yankees with their 90th victory of the season. Yankees and the over.
Yankees over. Let's go, dude. Yes, not the Chicago White Sox, but the Chicago Cubs, Brian, here for the second game of this set against the Mets. And we mentioned the pitching matchup. We mentioned how Boyd, a good pitcher, Tong, could have a good outing after bouncing back against the Padres here. 2-2, 5.94 ERA, obviously throttled his ERA with that start against Cincinnati. I believe that bad start came out against. But nonetheless, dude, maybe no theme of the 9s here. Over under 7.5, which I guess is lower when you're thinking about some of the offense that both the teams have had out there this season on the diamond. But I do believe this game will go under. I do believe that it'll be tight. I do believe both starters have tremendous outings. Maybe, honestly, each of them throw like 5 or 6 scoreless innings. Maybe they give up a run third time around the lineup each. But I would say most of the scoring comes late night here, 8th inning, 9th inning potentially. And I'm going to say top of the 9th. It's going to be Juan Soto with a 2-run blast. That's going to put the Mets up, I'll say 5-3, and that's your final score right there. So I guess it will be on the over, but give me the Mets with 2 in a row, baby. Let's go.
All right. So number two. Feel good about that Yankee pick, but can we have the success that we were lacking quite dearly on Monday morning? So taking a look at the board, I'm going to go with a game that we need the Red Sox to win. How many times have we said that over the years? But Garrett Crochet, Max Scherzer, Ontario, Canada, Toronto, that is, Rogers Center, needing that Red Sox win to pull even with the Blue Jays with the Yankee win. And I think we get that. The total says 7.5. I think it goes under. But I think Garrett Crochet, one of his best performances of the year, 7 strong, a baker's dozen, 13 strikeouts, no runs allowed. And I think the Red Sox get a 3-run 5th inning homer from Trevor Story. Max Scherzer good through the first couple, runs into trouble the 5th, gets tired, yada, yada, yada. Difference in the game, 3-0 Sox. Chapman closes the door. Immaculate inning in the 9th. Red Sox under.
All right, second game here for me. I guess let's go to Seattle. We were just talking about them, T-Mobile Park. The Mariners taking on the Rockies. Mariners here, I believe, taking a 5-game win streak into this game. Just beat Colorado last night 4-3, which would have been the under, obviously. I'm going to hammer the over here. Tanner Gordon, 6 ERA there for the Rockies. Castillo, a respectable 3.63, I would say, out of him, given the start he had to this season, 10-8. I'm going to say he gets his 11th win of the year. Maybe the bullpen for Seattle gives up a few, but nonetheless, Cal Raleigh, who else? 59th home run of the season. That's going to come early on, second inning, probably start the scoring for this game as well as the Mariners here, and they don't look back from there. Give me the Mariners putting up a 6 spot on the Rockies. They give up 3 runs of their own, so Mariners 6, Rockies 3. Give me Seattle and the over.
Mariners definitely hot heading into the playoffs here. And I am going to go, I was going to take the Padres, but kind of a sketchy spot. Give me the Tigers. I think they're due.
Wow.
For John Pollock, but also they're due. Tanner Bybee has not been great, 11-11 with a 4.34. Neither is Jack Flaherty, 8-14, 4.60, 8-14 record for an 85-72 team, a team that was 25 games over 500 at one point. But yeah, they're going to win this game. I think Flaherty pitches like it's game 1 of the World Series. 6 strong, 2 earned. Riley Green off of Bybee, 4th inning grand slam. Difference in this game, 4-2 Guardians and All right, Tigers and the under. Sorry.
From one green to the other, let's go to Cincinnati Reds. That is Hunter Green. That is pitching for them. Brian wants to see the Reds win, so the Mets to make the playoffs. Why didn't pick Paul Skeens? Got you spot? I don't think so. Okay, I think Paul Skeens here. No doubt, two good starters. Okay, you can't doubt that here. But Skeens, better of the two, 2.03 ERA through 181 and 2/3 innings pitched, which is wild. 10-10 record. That's even a more wild stat, I think, for him. The fact that he's having a great year, Pirates, whatever. Reds, though, struggling on offense tonight, as they were last night, only scoring 2 runs. So give me the Reds dropping this one. I think Skeens, full game, shutout, bang. Pirates, I mean, I guess I'll give it to Brian Reynolds. Solo shot in the 6th. Pirates 1, Cincinnati nothing. Pirates and the under.
Just like that MLB 6-pack pick segment. By the way, O'Neal Cruz hitting 203. That's kind of crazy. Has a bunch of steals, 20 dingers, but that's something you would imagine that he's going to improve upon. And I do see a couple comments come in.
My dad's chips.
My dad. What was that in reference to?
Hey, fellas.
Wow, that's bad. I'm reading John P's comment, not seeing that. But I hope that's David from Maryland. If it is, great to hear from you.
Yes, Jaden Daniels still injured.
I didn't hear the update for today.
I haven't heard update either.
I know his status is in question, but Mariota playing very well in that 41-24 victory over the Raiders.
You gotta love that,
last week.
dude.
So I'm sure David is probably saying, let's just make sure he's 100%.
Yep.
If not, we'll go with Mariota.
Yeah, which is nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah. And nothing wrong with doing yet another edition of the Immaculate Grid. And of course, the Immaculate Grid is brought to you by the Hirsch Law Firm. Let's get the grid up.
Okay.
And let's take a look at what we have here.
David Wright.
David Wright for the Gold Glove, only one team, you're saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? I mean,
Wow.
there's gotta be like a bunch, so it can't be that much, right?
Yeah. All right.
2%. There we go.
Only one team, Addison Barger for the Blue Jays.
Addison Barger, dude.
3%. Okay. And then the only one team for the Astros, Mauricio Dubon.
Mauricio Dubon.
Oh, I guess he was. I don't remember him on another team, though. No. Man. He's probably, Guardians or something?
He's
probably been on a bunch of teams.
Oh,
But right, doesn't
shit,
it seem like he's been on
dude.
them the whole career?
Fuck.
I don't know. Do we do the back channels?
Well, I mean, we just gotta go. You want to do the back channels? Like, you want to do the?
Yeah, just do the back channels.
All right.
It's just kind of annoying. I want to score. That the Immaculate Grid needs to step it up with that.
I want to score. All right, hold on. Now I gotta share. Yep. Okay.
I saw you guys doing the basketball. Did you complete that yesterday? Or no?
Yeah.
Back
Mike-
channels or
Mike
just
knows.
the
No.
second guess? Or
Oh, sorry.
second guess.
Yeah,
probably.
second guess.
I forgot Rasheed Wallace. I think there was some,
Yeah, he was trying to get cute with a couple, and then he was like, "All right, I gotta stop doing that."
Abdul Rahim.
Raheem, dude. All right, so we do David Wright.
And then we got Addison Barger. And then for the Astros, who's the or you could do Yanner Diaz, right?
Yanier Diaz. I'm definitely not spelling Yanier right. Yanni. Not even? Oh, Yandi.
No,
not Yandy.
no. It's Yanir. IER. Did you do IER?
I type in I and nothing pops up.
ER.
Yeah, but like I, like they would
Just do
show-
Diaz then. See what
Yeah, there's not a lot of Diaz's.
right there.
Oh, right
Yanir.
there. It is right
It's
there, huh?
okay. All right, if that didn't work, I was gonna get that.
I know we could do Mark DeRosa right here. Cubs, Toronto.
Sure. Miles Straw above
Bang.
that.
Miles Straw.
MYLES.
Nice.
4%. Okay. Let's see. The Cubs and the Astros. Kimbrel?
Marisnik.
Maybe Marisnik better?
I would think so, right? Jake. Marisnik.
Okay, the Cleveland and the Houston.
Astros. I mean, you could do Dwight Gooden. I know that.
Ah,
But I mean, I don't know if you put it too high. That's tough, dude.
Miles Straw was one for that.
Oh, really? Oh, he did. Brad Hand pitched for Cleveland.
I don't know if he pitched for Houston. He
He-
pitched for Cleveland.
Oh shit!
yeah.
Maybe he didn't pitch for Houston then.
Roberto Alomar wasn't on Houston, right?
I don't think so.
Let's see who else. Russell Branyan wasn't on Houston. I don't think so.
I don't know. Gooden is the only one I can really think of.
Relievers. The Gold Gloves, though. Do Jose or who else? Alomar. Alomar has 7 Gold Gloves.
Roberto?
Yeah,
I feel like he does have to, right?
yeah. There we go.
There we go. 7%.
And then the Cubs.
We can do Swanson. You can do Stroman. You think Stroman will be a lot?
He has it definitely.
He definitely has a Gold Glove. Yeah, he's a Gold Glove pitcher.
With the Cubs, though.
Who else would he be with?
Blue Jays? Could, right? Could be.
Could it be,
I'd
though?
go Swanson. I don't think that's even going to be that high. Are you sure he has it, though?
Swanson definitely.
I really thought I was going to say that. Oh, here he is. Here he is.
How about this? I can go to the other grid and see if Stroman. Oh, it was Toronto.
And just
Good
like
call,
that.
dude.
All right. So, let's see. This is kind of like a weird.
I mean, do you want to
Michael
just
Brantley,
do Gooden?
but that's going to be 90 probably, right?
Probably, right? So do you want to do Dwight Gooden then?
I guess, sure. Are you positive? Because I only know Gooden on the Yankees and the Mets.
I am definitely positive.
All right.
Let's see the comments, I guess. Guards,
Scott
Strohs.
Kazmir. Do that one.
Scott Kazmir.
Good one, Josh. Back channels. And definitely, I think you did the wrong guy. Or no, you didn't. Okay, my bad. Looked like it. It was when they put that menu up.
All
All
the doubt.
24. Jack
That was a good
Bauer.
Kazmir, dude. Somebody alert Jack Bauer.
Good grid, though. Good grid.
That
Thank
was a
you,
good
Josh.
grid, dude.
Hopefully, Josh is in the line because I've taken a peek at the football grid. Not the easiest one in the world, but we'll change the music, get the football grid up.
Absolutely.
And what I was getting stumped at, not to say that I don't also just have some here that I did that the percentage is way too high, but what was really tripping me up was Browns Vikings, which I feel like there's a bunch of people that I'm just not thinking about. And then also 10 sacks on the Panthers. Was trying not to do Julius Peppers.
Who
because
is
I feel like
that?
That's 90.
Who was the linebacker?
Keekly, but I don't know if he had
Kuechly.
10 sacks. So 10 sacks is a lot.
10 sacks is a lot,
But
but
there
I
was
don't know.
another guy. Oh, man, with Peppers. Can't think of his name. But we could start with what is good and what we'll go with, and that is Packers and Saints, Mark Brunell.
Brunell?
Yep.
4%.
And then
Yeah,
another
solid.
quarterback, Seneca Wallace, dead nuts.
Seneca. Dead nuts.
And above him, Panthers and Browns, Jadeveon Clowney.
Clowney. Love that, dude.
All right, and then everybody else I had was pretty bloated. But let's go back to this for a second. I'm just trying to think off the rip if there's anybody. I mean, Clint Matthews 25%. For the sacks for the Packers, and I feel like there's somebody that I'm missing. I don't think Julius Peppers got to 10 with the Pack, and then in recent years, I can't think of anything else. AJ Hawk wasn't a sack artist. Reggie White is going to be way too much. So I don't know if we just cut the losses and go with Clint Matthews at 25%.
Yeah, we can wait. I mean, it looks
Browns,
like Josh
Vikings.
B's in there. Browns, Vikings,
Thank you,
Case
Josh.
Keenum.
Yes. Might be a little high, but we had nothing. So, yep, I knew it. But we needed something.
All right, so then we'll do
Clay Matthews right there.
Clay Matthews,
That
2019.
There we go. Okay.
200%.
And then I know there's other guys, Saints and Panthers. I did Andy Dalton, but he's 42%. Jake Delhomme probably is less. This is Jake Delhomme.
Panthers, Saints.
Yeah.
7%.
Wow, Tony. How about that turnaround? That's netting 35%. Net. That's a pretty good net handicap, huh?
Yes.
Okay. And then I have Adrian Peterson for Vikings Saints. Just trying to think if there's anybody. No. I feel like I'm there's somebody that I'm not thinking of. Vikings Saints that was on both teams. Latavius Murray. There we go, Tony. Here's Murray. And again, netting 34%.
There we go, dude.
So 2 left. They're all sacks. Jared Allen for the Vikings. I don't think Ngakoue got to 10. And my problem with the Vikings is I don't know like any other like defensive. Everson Griffin, I don't think had 10 sacks. And the same thing for the Panthers. And I don't know if Jared Allen got 10 sacks for the Panthers. I don't think he did. And there's a guy in the Panthers that was opposed by Julius Peppers that I just can't think of his name. Nothing from the peanut gallery. Nothing.
There's nothing.
Okay, so he was going to go with Latavius. Panthers, man, they haven't been around that long. God, there was someone lined up next to Julius Peppers, and I just wish I could know his name. Or thinking about the Panthers being the Super Bowl. Was anybody else crazy? And he says the sacks are tough.
Yeah. Peppers has had it multiple years. 3 years, 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
Oh, you're just looking at his stats?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, did he have 10 with the Packers? No, he didn't.
10 with the Packers?
Yeah.
I have to look him up specifically.
Oh, I feel like Josh knows what I'm talking about. The guy lined up next to Peppers. He says, damn, what was his name?
Yeah, no, I think
Wait, can you do the thing where like you look up who's had the 10 sacks for the Panthers and just see there's a guy, it's got to be like, I don't know, that played between like 04 and 2010 or something?
Let's see, 04 and 2010. So it's a 6-year gap here that's not named Peppers. I mean, there's a couple. I got someone in 2013, someone in 2012.
The earlier, the better. Because I feel like it was
2003.
So there's nothing in that gap, I said. Then.
It's all Peppers.
Yeah, man.
2010.
Anybody that, like, that I would know? No. Huh. Man, he didn't play with him. Kevin Green, though? Is Kevin Green one of them?
You want me to tell you the answer?
Well, no, Josh B says. Is Kevin Green one?
So you want me to tell you the answer?
He didn't play with him. Kevin Green, though. So, I mean, that's what he's telling us.
That's what he says.
Those luscious golden locks.
So we can do Kevin Green.
All right. So. Wow.
8%. Kevin Green was one of them.
I have the. Oh, yeah. So.
It looks like Charles Johnson.
Okay. But there's still somebody.
So, sorry, hold on. No, that was 2022.
No, the 03. Who was the 03?
03 was Mike Rucker.
Yes! That's who it was, Tony. That's who I was trying to think about.
Also Greg Hardy in 2013.
Greg Hardy
in 2013.
Before he went to the MMA world.
And then Charles Johnson in 2012.
I remember Charles Johnson. I wouldn't have thought of him.
Looks like Hassan Reddick had 1 year with the
Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, 2021.
It's nuts, dude.
Kind of crazy.
All right. So the Jared Allen.
Kawan Short.
Yep. That is another one. But just search the Vikings. Like, worst comes to worst, we'll go with Jared Allen. I'm just curious on that one if there's somebody that I'm not thinking about. Like I said, I think Ngakoue was like traded in the middle of the year, so I don't even think he even came close to the 10 sacks.
Most recently as 2024.
There was someone in 24.
Yeah.
And Everson Griffin is not on this list, right?
Hold on, I gotta find a new website because StatMuse is asking me to pay to see more.
2024. Who am I missing on the defense currently?
2023 too. Someone had it.
Oh my god! But it's not Ngakoue.
No.
And different guys in 23 and 24.
Yes.
Man. Come on, Josh.
I actually do know the guy who did it last year.
And he's like only a couple years in, or he's a vet.
I'm pretty sure he has a July birthday for my year, so he's got to be 30 years old. So if I click in here, it looks like he started with Miami. 2024 was his first season with the Vikings.
Miami, man. I don't know why I can't think of who this is. Like, do you think I definitely know him or not sure?
I feel like if you hear, once I say his name, you're going to like, yeah, I know who that is. Because I definitely heard his name a lot last year watching the Vikings. And he's got like a funny name.
I just feel like I'm not even close to. What are the initials?
A. I mean, he's got like I guess it's AV. His last name is like 2 words though, like V being the first. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum,
The only
bum.
V one I know is Vera Tucker, but it's not that.
No.
V is the first.
Yeah, V is in Victor, but it's not Victor. Obviously,
It's like I don't know this one. I just think I'm.
Linebacker.
Oh, okay. Now I you know what's funny? When you first said that, I was thinking about it for a second, couldn't think of it. Now I thought of it. The one and only Andrew Van Ginkel.
Ginkle. 9%.
All right, what do we get? 120.
Oh, that's right. It was 3%, dude. Let's go.
Let's
Van
go, dude.
Ginkel.
Solid grid.
120.
Wow. I swear to God, and I know I kind of already said this to you. Full blown grid addiction.
That's
like
sick.
I would say on average per day, mostly at night, I'm going through 25 grids.
Mostly football now at this point.
Football.
Yeah, all
just
football.
so round for the football. Like baseball, good, but baseball I feel like I can get it every time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I
Football's
still
tough,
like
dude.
it, and sometimes they're hard. But
Even though you blew it this today with the thing.
yeah, but that was bullshit. Dupont, utility, get out of here, retire, please. Anyway, somehow, some way. Oh, I was actually looking at this too. Wow. Okay. So the Ryder Cup is only Friday, Saturday, Sunday, huh?
Oh, really? I thought it started tomorrow.
I mean, can we look this up? Because I'm seeing the 26th to the 28th.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. I say that right there. Record
So
of events.
I mean, if that's the case,
Is it tomorrow? Yeah,
right.
For tomorrow.
I
mean, dude,
well,
this episode flew by.
Yeah, the 2 hours absolutely flew by.
Boy.
But that's what happens. You miss a day for me. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
But I think a blessing that there's no Ryder Cup tomorrow because it is going to rain like
Mhm.
no other. I kind of want to actually look at an updated forecast, but earlier this morning I saw 100% chance of rain.
Really? I haven't looked. So.
95.
Van Ginkel.
And almost an inch and a half of rain is expected in Bridgeport tomorrow.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah. So
It's gonna start raining overnight.
and it's just
too.
kind of annoying. But with the Yankees, there's not really a day. You don't want to have to play a game on Monday. Maybe they're just hoping that it won't matter. But I think what they should have done is made it a doubleheader today, but they didn't do that. So it feels like it's gonna get rained out. But I guess the only thing I would say is sometimes you look at weather, and I even was at a game. I think it was the Memorial Day game or the Thursday before Memorial Day. It was like a 12:15 game.
Mhm.
So you're like, no way there's gonna be a game. Ends up being a game. So maybe they think there's gonna be a gap, but I just feel like there's not.
But
right?
Yeah, there probably won't be.
So we'll see what happens. And then I think there was a couple of cliff notes. I just wanted to mention on the way out, Mike Van Gundy, I'm a man, fired after like 20 plus years at Oklahoma State.
Oh wow.
I think he had lost 11 out of his last 12 games. So of course that makes sense. Sister Jean retiring over health concerns. I actually want to just look at this up, what her official title is, but 106 years old for Sister Jean. Kind of crazy. Let's see what it says here. Retiring from her role on Loyola's campus where she served as campus minister and chaplain of the Rambers basketball team beginning in 91. So obviously wish her well. It's remarkable making it to that age, that's for sure.
Yes, that's for sure.
And then I guess there's some discussion about the future college football playoff format. There was a meeting and met for only 4 hours. I guess they're talking about expansion again.
Dude,
I mean,
4 hours?
yeah, they're talking about expansion again, but it's like, just pump the brakes, fellas. So antsy for the dollar. It's like Josh B talking about the previous year. Wait, Josh, wait. Can we wait a second? So there's that. I just wanted to see the NFL injury front. Obviously, we'll talk about the NFC West battle tomorrow. Seahawks and Cardinals. Jackson Dart getting the nod. Did you guys talk about that yesterday or no?
I think that happened right after the show, to be honest.
Right after. Okay. I mean, I obviously think right move and the whole like discussion about how they're doing him a favor, can't get killed out of there.
Oh,
wait
yeah.
till he's ready. Nonsense. Because you have to see if this guy is going to be your future quarterback. And I know it seems like crazy, like you're only going to give him one season, but it's like, I mean, let's face it. I mean, the New York Giants are going to be in the top 5 of the draft, and they probably will have a new coach. So playing Russell Wilson is asinine. So,
I mean, he looks so bad last week, dude. Like, so bad.
So I think Giants fans are going to be excited. A tough matchup with Harbaugh, though. You think it might be a Baltimore beatdown, or I know it's not Baltimore, but I was saying Baltimore just because I don't know. I feel like we said something like we said that one time for baseball, or I don't know.
Yeah, probably, right? I mean,
Broadway beatdown.
Broadway beatdown, and especially, I feel like Baltimore. I mean, they're gonna want to have a comeback victory,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say it's a beatdown. I mean, not to say that. I mean, listen, the Giants go out there, they score, a couple touchdowns. Jackson Dart through the air looks good. Like, you got to be happy with that, right?
Right.
So,
and you know what would be crazy? So if the Giants do win or the Jets win this week, one of those teams could have the same record as the Ravens and the Chiefs because they're both 1-2, both playing this week. Kind of crazy. Harbaugh, as in John, show him the door now. It's not working. I know you were kind of talking about it before, but it's just like, how many times do we need to see this? Because right? I mean,
no, yeah, it's true. But don't you think, like, I don't know. I feel like, Mark Andrews had a good game this past week. Lamar is looking, good.
Defense looking
bad.
Atrocious. It says that's the thing for me.
That is kind of crazy.
Like that team should be taking that personally because that's the heart and soul of that organization.
And like as recent as like last year, they had a great defense.
Yeah, but it's just so bad. So bad. Down the stretch, they just struggled. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's playing up the game or not. But Micah Parsons says on sacking Dak, it's going to be painful. Obviously, Packers and Cowboys this week.
Yeah.
Probably a dramatic thing. And then they did announce the 2026 Hall of Fame nominees, Drew Brees and Larry Fitz. You would imagine they will be first ballot, you would think. But also first year of eligibility, Greg Olson, Jason Witten, Frank Gore, LaShawn McCoy, David DeCastro, Marquise Pouncey, Geno Atkins, Jarrell Casey, and Thomas Davis. And there's other returning finalists: Eli Manning, Fred Taylor, Steve Smith Jr., Reggie Wayne, Harry Evers, Marshall Yanda, Terrell Suggs, and Darren Woodson. You think it's going to be the full-on outrage for Giants fans if Eli doesn't get in this year?
Yeah. I do think so. And honestly, I don't know, man. I mean, I think he should be in.
Definitely this ballot, or it's not that much of an outcry if it's in a couple years?
I don't know, man.
Also, it kind of doesn't matter. Everyone gets so nuts, but like T.O.'s didn't go to his Hall of Fame induction because he was a first ballot. I mean, like, come on.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, I think he deserves to be first ballot.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about what that guy did for the Giants organization. And I mean, I don't know. A lot of people like to talk stats and whatever. I mean, the guy has 2 Super Bowl wins.
And obviously all Giants fans would like do anything to get those days back.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I don't know, man. I mean, again, I just feel like the gravity of those Super Bowls, the fashion in which they were won.
17-0 Patriots.
And not to mention you beat them twice. You beat Tom Brady twice on the biggest stage that there is for football. And it's like Tom Brady is regarded as one of the best quarterbacks ever to live, ever play the game.
Right.
And if you beat him twice on the biggest stage, like, you should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I think he should be in, but I don't know. I think he could wait also. You know what I mean? He doesn't even have time for the Hall of Fame induction. He's busy with the Manning cast and Eli's Places, right? It's so funny. No, but I don't know. It's hard for me to overlook. There were a lot of mediocre facets of his game, and I know that doesn't take away from championships, but I think, he could wait his turn.
Do you think that there are players in the Hall of Fame who probably shouldn't
Joe Namath?
deserve
Honestly,
to be there?
Biggest win in French's history. Numbers terrible, Tony. So it's like, that's why this whole thing with the MVP and all this stuff, it's so hard. What's the exact formula?
Yeah, no, that's right.
But I know Eli will get in eventually, but I would not be surprised he had to wait a little longer. And then also, sad note, Rudy Johnson, former Bengals running back, dead at 45. I guess an apparent suicide. So hate to hear that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. And then other than that, I think we're good. When is the Rangers' first game?
Preseason game.
Got to be this weekend.
Must be, right?
Because I know
think
there
it
was
is this
already the
weekend.
Blues game the other
I'm
night.
pretty sure I was listening to Spittin' Chicklets. They were talking about it. Dude, I watched this video. I should have sent it to you. But I was listening to the podcast and they had I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. It's just so embarrassing. Not Chris Drury. Sean Avery. And oh man, he said Mike Sullivan is a complete joke.
By the way, they played last night, lost 5-4. And wait, who said this?
Sean Avery said this.
Wait, Sean
dude.
Avery, I don't know. Doesn't he do some sketchy shit himself?
Yeah, he's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
But he says like, I played for Sullivan. The guy does not connect well with like younger players. And he's going to question how much the youth can be developed here. Still in the Rangers organization. And he also kind of questions, some of the philosophies of Mike Sullivan. They need players who can just dump and run, stick to that type of hockey, learn that way. So I don't know. He says that he wishes them the best, a lot of talent, but I don't know, man. He doesn't seem very hopeful.
That doesn't bother me at all.
It bothers me a little bit, dude.
But all I would say is you want to talk Mark Messier, Gretzky, but you're going to go with me with Sean Avery? I mean, I feel like he was almost checked into a mental facility.
No, listen, he's far out there. But he was, enjoyable to watch as a Ranger. He went out there.
The highs, the lows.
The highs, no, you gotta take them both. You gotta take them both, dude. And I don't know. I feel like, sometimes he's somewhat of a voice of reason on that podcast, and obviously brings a lot to the table in terms of NHL experience. Certainly the most, between him and Biz.
What did Biz say about it? Or you don't know?
Well, so the conversation kind of started in general about how the league is getting younger and younger and how it's not great for the development of hockey, of players, I should say. And they use the Rangers as an example because they haven't been able to really develop young players.
Bro, 2 goals in 2 games. It's preseason? Don't care. Star. Rookie of the year, Tony.
No, okay. That's one thing Avery said. He was like, Perreault on that third line could be good. Yeah. But he's like, there's a lot more that leaves left to be desired with the roster.
If he comes to MSG this year and they show him on the big screen, I'm booing if I'm there.
Oh God, dude.
Too much.
I hope he's wrong. I hope he's wrong, but I'm wrong.
And Laviolette and Gallant. You can't tell me that Sullivan's not a better coach than those guys. He is. He just is. That's it.
Oh,
but you know what I mean, though.
Lost 5-4 last night, you say, huh?
Yeah, preseason. And then they played the Devils, so that was their second game. They did win in the Devils 5-3, lost in overtime 5-4. Rangers Islanders at Madison Square Garden tomorrow. 7:00. So maybe they get a big turnout with the Yankee rainout pending on that.
That'd be a sick game to go to, dude.
Yeah, probably $10 to go into. But then you want the regular season. This Dempsey is lit.
Would you go to a preseason game?
No, I would go tomorrow.
You would go tomorrow
if the Yankees were rained out. No, I would go tomorrow. Yeah, I would go. Like if it was obviously if there was any other game that I needed to watch, but it's like the football game's on, whatever.
I don't know who's playing football tomorrow, to be honest.
Well, it's the Cardinals and the Seahawks.
Oh, right. Let's see what these tickets are.
I've looked it up. It's like $20-$30 easily.
That's not bad, I guess.
Yeah. $34.
$34?
38. Dead Nuts, middle corner. Row 18, $38.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I have much going on tomorrow evening.
I'm trying to think what would really. I guess there's not really anything that's in the way. Should we see what type of deal we can get on the tickets tomorrow? I'm always for the
Day of.
yeah,
I'm down with that.
But I would be down.
I mean, listen, dude, I haven't been to many hockey games
Yeah.
at all in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So like preseason or not, I mean, to be at the Garden will be sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what it looks like tomorrow.
Yeah, but I would say a half circle.
Half circle.
Say. Yes.
All right, good,
Yeah.
dude. That's something to look forward to now.
Yeah. No, it would be sick.
It would be sick, dude. Dempsey's.
But then it's hammered again. We'll worry about tomorrow.
Yep.
But great show. I haven't had a 209 in a while. But definitely a great show today. Thank you all for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives, YouTube page, Tony Michael Renee and Jay and Costume, the merch at downtime.tv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.